Hello, everyone. Here we are. We are back with the second chapter of The Lost Caravan. Man, I had to think for a second. I was like, with the second chapter of the Witchlight
Oh,
Carnival?
I
What?
think we're already buffing. Like it's not coming on in Twitch.
Oh, that's weird.
Really?
No, that's good for me.
It's
Looks fine to
loading. It
me.
You
looks
see
fine to
it?
me.
Huh. Never mind. Carry on.
All
Ignore
right.
me. Ignore
We
me.
will assume we're so far okay. For those who haven't been around, we've been having some technical issues causing the stream to crash. I think crossing all of the fingers that we figured it out and solved it last week. So we'll see. We'll find out. So tonight we're running the Lost Caravan. This is an original D&D module that Callie and I made. We just put on DM's Guild last week under Sunsailor Productions. It is the Lost Caravan. And if you like what you see here, go check it out. If you don't say anything.
Keep it to
It will
yourselves.
hurt our feelings.
If you like it, tell your friends. If you hate it, tell your enemies.
Exactly. There you go. Let's see. I also wanted to mention next week we are starting, we're moving into this chapter with Misfit Table of doing different programs, each like short run programs. We just finished The Wild Beyond the Witchlight. We're going to do some shorter things. This is only 2 sessions. But I wanted to tell you guys that next week we're going to be starting running a game of Isles of Mist. This is our original system that we run with kids as a professional thing under the name Story Tables. I've been running games in Isles of Mist for about 6 years, slowly developing the system over that time. Reese runs games in it. Reese ran a game in it earlier today, right?
I did. Yeah, it went great. As soon as I got them to stop arguing over which arbitrary magic items they got, none of them have any impact on anything other than like party-based storytelling stuff. So it was super awesome. No, it was great. It was great.
So, of course, they took it extremely seriously.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, we've all been involved in that one way or another. And Callie's going to be running that one. So we also got we're going to have 2 guests starting next week who are both people that Callie met through TikTok. So tune in next week to find out who our guests are. And yeah, I think it's going to be really exciting. It's going to be a little longer than this one, longer than 2 sessions, but not a full campaign. Probably 5 to 8 sessions, I'm guessing. Yeah, so come back next week to check that out. For now, let's dive in. I believe that some of you have a recap for us.
Sure. When last we left our intrepid band of heroes, they were traveling deep into the forest of Ardendeep. That's not the actual name of it. I'm just making that up right now. They came across a caravan of distraught people. They seemed to have been separated from the rest of their group. They went into town with the people in the glade, and when they came back, there was nobody around. Just Lemma and Barl, who for some reason had the face of a pig, and their plucky yet dim-witted son Jondo. So our 3 hearty adventurers, why don't you introduce yourself, adventurers? Clue?
Hello, my name is Claude Detroit, a duelist extraordinaire.
And Sonora.
I am Sonora, and that's all you need to know.
And the 3rd member of their party, Eagle. Yes, thank you very much, Master. They traveled deep into the forest, experiencing many strange things like floating bubbles and glowing pigs and a goat that turned out to be the caravan master. And they went deeper into the forest, and they discovered the rest of the caravan were all in this glade that had somehow been magically transported into another part of the forest. And whilst they were making their way through, they kept noticing this strange manor off through the trees in the distance. And we join our heroes once again when they are about to approach the manor.
Indeed. Well done. Bravo.
Yay! Good recap.
Thank you. Yeah, so we pick up is you guys had pretty much just made the decision to depart from this caravan, leaving the people you found and rescued there for safety. And at this point, you can no longer see the road, even though they tell you that when they put their wagons here in the first place, they could see the road through the trees. But you do see that you're quite a bit closer to that manor on the hillside up ahead. And from here, you can clearly see that there are some glowing, floating bubbles drifting through the trees, above the trees, and especially near the manor over there. Not too far away now. What do you do?
Well, first of all, I'd like to send Giselle Truncheon up to do a little bit of scouting around, see if there's any other things in the way that might sidetrack us from our main task.
Sure. You're not right next to the manor. It looks like you've got some forest to work your way through before you'll get there. Let's see what she notices. Can I get one of you to roll a d6 for me?
I have a 4.
A 4. All right. Give me another d6.
It's gonna be a 5.
All right, and one more.
5.
All right. What is your owl's name again? Chad?
Oh, Giselle Truncheon?
Javel Truncheon.
Oh my god, I need a name for my pig guys in a minute.
All right.
Ooh,
think of some
that's so
ideas.
true.
You'll think of something. Javel goes ahead and finds a very small, somewhat out of place looking octopus clinging to a tree branch, looking like it very much wishes that it had water nearby.
Wait, I'm sorry, what was that? I was typing in chat.
Pretty cold-hearted to drink that water right after dropping that. That's woof.
That's just the kind of DM I am. Cruel to the core. Yeah, so Javel notices a somewhat out of place creature, an octopus, a very small octopus clinging to a tree branch.
How far away is it?
Up ahead through the trees a little ways, out of sight from where you're standing, but once you start making your way, you would probably come across it pretty quickly.
Okay.
2 or 3 minute walk.
May I try and use the mage hand to pull the octopus off the tree?
You'll need to get a little closer. It is too far away for Mage Hand.
I move closer.
All right. So, you're making your way through the forest. The caravan disappears behind you. Some of the kids wave as you leave. Goodbye. Good luck.
We'll be right back, I'm sure.
And yeah, a few minutes in, you come across this octopus. It is a light pink color, not a natural color, like very almost neon. Pastel, actually. It would be more pastel than neon. But yeah, it looks very out of place here. It sort of extends one tentacle and tries to crawl along the branch a little, but it's like having trouble getting purchase on the moss. This is not its natural habitat.
I'm going to grab my canteen, and because I have the shape water cantrip, I'm just going to pour it into like a bubble and like put it up toward the tree to capture the octopus inside it.
Nice.
Callie, that is the most awesome use of shape water.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's
That
great.
spell is broken. You can do so much cool stuff with that.
I'm liking it so far.
You
Oh
can
my
pick locks? Like you could stab a guy?
It's kind of
And
ridiculous.
there would be no murder weapon. Dun, dun,
Just a
dun.
hole and a puddle.
That sounds like a riddle out of like some book for kids riddles.
Yes, or some like 60s pulp magazine where it's like,
Yeah.
who assassinated the Major General?
The octopus isn't really able to speak or make facial expressions, but you nonetheless get the very distinct impression that it is relieved when you surround it with water. It seems to sort of pull its legs around and swim around a little bit, just like very happy.
Can I grab Senior Oinks and put him up to the bubble to see if it does anything to the octopus and see if it's a person or just like an actual octopus?
He is looking pretty exhausted, but he rouses and shows some interest. Like he sniffs a couple times. You could probably get him to, if you poke and prod him a little bit, you could probably get him to do his thing, but he might be tapped out after that.
All right,
Figure
well,
he's got maybe one more of those in him today.
what do you guys think? Should I poke this pig or let it rest?
I think perhaps we should let it rest for now.
Fair enough. All right, Senor, go back to sleep. And I pet him asleep. But then I'm like, is there any puddles or pools of water I can put this poor octopus in?
Roll investigation.
Okay.
How far have we walked from the caravan site?
From here, probably only 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay. But still 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, my investigation was crap. It was 5. So maybe we can take the octopus back to camp just in case it's like their child and not an octopus.
I think that's not a bad idea.
I really, it's difficult. My first thought was crudo, but I have to remember these are different circumstances. You're right. Let's return the pulpo.
We're not making calamari today, crew.
Yes, it's my bad. It's my bad.
But, if it is a real octopus, waste not, want not, right?
Well, let's find out first.
Yes, of course.
That's all I'm saying.
Reese, take an inspiration point for that. That was great. Let's see. Give me a survival test, any one of you, to see if you can find the way back to the caravan. You've
got +4 in survival. I can make the roll.
Sure.
That is a 13.
You start walking your way through, and you do not find the caravan again. You try to backtrack and retrace your steps, but the forest is changed. Things are not how you remember them.
Perhaps we should just keep the octopus with us for now.
All right, well, I can only hold one animal at a time.
I would rather not. Crew's gonna pick up a stick and like hold it on the end of a stick. Like, this is fine, I suppose.
Rest on my shoulder. Or my head is very flat. It's a nice platform.
Yes, one could give you a cloche, and not only would it be a pleasant dish to present, might make your head look normal shape. Yes.
What is normal, anyway?
All right, how normative. I apologize. Plop the octopus on his head.
All right. The octopus seems to take to it quite well. It spreads his little legs out and gets cozy, curls up.
That is an interesting sensation. I'll have to make notes for later.
Yeah, especially when its little suckers like grab on to your scalp for a stable hold. It's a very interesting sensation.
Sort of like a mobile toupee. I think it's quite fetching, actually.
You do
Oui.
hear the call of those wolves again. They'd sort of gone away for a while, but now they're sounding closer again a bit.
Well, let's see what Giselle can see, and perhaps we should just move on towards the manor.
Oui, I suppose I don't think that smelling as a walking buffet of fish is perhaps a good idea with these canines about.
Well,
Right.
just move fast.
Oui.
All right, give me another d6 roll.
5.
All right. As you are walking along, you are somewhat, you definitely are making progress towards the manor, but there is a rustling in the underbrush that sort of takes you by surprise. And all of a sudden, bounding out of the brush, you see a family of deer that seem to be struggling in some manner. They come bounding towards you tail first. And one of them runs into a tree, and then one of them stops and like sees you and looks super startled and bounds backwards. And you realize that all the legs on these deer have been attached backwards. And they're just very confused. Like, they're clearly trying to run from the wolves, but it's not going well for them.
Oh,
That
baby.
reminds me of my Uncle Igor. He used to pull that sort of prank all the time.
Wait, Igor, your uncle was also named Igor?
Yes, we're all named Igor. It's sort of a family tradition. know.
Wait,
What goes around comes around.
how many of them are you?
Oh, hundreds at least.
Why? Oh, wow. That is a veritable plague of Igors. Wow. Okay.
But all of the females are named Igorina. You know.
Well, your family reunions must be entertaining and
Oh,
confusing.
yes. Me and my cousin Igor just laugh and laugh.
I'll just file that away in my
Fire.
Well, that's not any weirder than these deer, to be honest. So,
I
I
have
find them
so,
perfectly normal.
I have so many questions, but I don't have a character there to ask them.
we just take it in stride. We've known Igor for a while now. So Nora's like, if I ask more questions, I'll just have even more questions.
That's usually the way it goes. Come along, master. We're close. I can feel it in my bones.
The deer continue working their way past with some struggles. Tripping, stepping in puddles, running into branches, running into each other. Some of them let out very confused, sad little sounds once in a while. But they seem to be alarmed because the sound of the wolf howls is getting closer. And the deer are very much trying to run away with mixed success.
Can we help guide them in any way?
Do you have an idea?
Perhaps a bit of light may assist them in their retreat.
Could try a bit of light.
Just in the opposite direction of wherever the wolves are coming from, I'll pick up a stone and ignite it and then just...
Shoot it off that direction. So the deer go bounding, but like it's a bit mixed results. Like one turns to face the light and is like, I see something. Jump. And it jumps away from it.
yeah. Perhaps I should have tried in the other direction. Oh well, live and learn.
I think if we just let them, it's sad, but they're going to keep the wolves busy. Better them than us.
Fair point.
I have a sword, so there's that.
Save that for the wolves, I think.
Speaking of, everybody make a perception check.
No. I'm too self-involved. I can't see a thing. Actually, 19. Never mind.
Ah,
Wow.
that's a 9. Which is
All
weird
right.
because I have great perception. It was just terrible rolling.
So I got a 15, and Giselle got a dirty 20.
Nice. Giselle
Nice.
the
So I think everyone except Sonora in this case, you actually hear the wolves getting closer. You start to hear the sound of their running. I think Crew, with your result, you can tell that something sounds a little off. You do hear running, but you hear a lot more crashing and banging around than you would expect. And along with the like hunting cries, you hear some like yips of startlement and frustration.
Yeah, so I think this tree looks pretty good for me. If you have a tree that you think looks pretty good, you get that one, and then I'll just, so.
How,
Wait,
how
are
close? How close are we
Going
to
up
the
trees?
How close are we to the manor? Like, do we have a vague sense of how far it might be?
It's not too much further. If you broke into a run, you might be able to get there pretty quickly, but it's also not right there. It would be a bit of a gamble.
The
I
classic,
say
like,
we run. If
Oh,
we
yeah,
get off a tree, then we'll be stuck there until the wolves leave.
they sound unwell. Let's run. Let's run.
start sprinting.
Hang
I'll do
on,
the
little
same.
buddy.
You holding the octopus, me holding a blue pig. We're good.
All right, you guys break into a run just as the wolves come tearing out of the undergrowth. And now you guys get a clear view of them. You see they are having the same exact issue that the deer are having. All of their legs have been reversed. And so the wolves are, in order to make any progress, they have to run backwards. And many of them seem to have kind of figured out the trick of it, but others forget and make mistakes and like jump into things that they can't see or something. As they go, everybody make me an athletics test. Let's see how much distance you can put between you and them before they come on the scene.
Oh, my wheelhouse. 18.
3. Trace.
And a 9 for me, Thar.
Ooh. So, Crew, it seems, has a knack for running. He
Especially leaving my compatriots behind.
Sonora and Igor, you are not moving so fast, especially Sonora. You're finding it's just you're losing your footing. You're stepping in soft loam that doesn't really hold your weight. You're catching your feet or your clothing on branches, and all of a sudden the wolves are there all around you. Most of them keep going, like they definitely have their sights set on the deer, but a couple of them peel off from the pack and notice you guys. There's about 4 that as they're running backwards, they stop and see you guys. As they start running that direction, 2 of them see you and growl, and they're like ready to pounce, and they hunker down and they jump away from you. The other 2 seem to like have figured it out enough that they get themselves sort of pointed. They turn around and jump, so they're actually following you. So you've got 2 that are actually coming after you.
I can't leave my ally in the dust. I'm gonna, for what it's worth, not, as soon as I see that, try and break and turn back around to help her out.
I think it's time to roll initiative.
All right. Come on, dice. Be nice to me this time.
While you're doing that, I appear to not have my dice. I will be right back.
19.
Nice. I got an 8.
Hot dice. Hot dice.
I got 4.
I really like this dice that I have because it's really pretty, but like every time I roll it, I get terrible numbers. But it's actually a real gemstone dice, so I'm wondering if it's maybe a little imbalanced.
That's very cool.
It is super cool. I got it as a gift for Christmas. It's so pretty. It's like ruby zoyite or something like that. It's like turquoise and purple with gold letters.
Sick.
Very cool.
My
But-
partner gave me. Oh, it's blurred. These are they're themed after the beach. They're like gold and then
Oh, nice.
white and blue, and they are imbued with nice vibes. I think.
Nice vibes. We'll keep them around. This one's pretty, but maybe useless.
All right. So who beats a 12? Just
I think
you?
just me.
Okay.
Just me.
You
I can't believe we're fighting backwards wolves and they have the jump on us. Like,
What are they going to do? Butt us
forward.
to death? Oh no, they're going to pot.
So you're up first, crew, but you are actually farthest from the scene of the action.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
I think my turn would probably just be turning her like like stopping, deciding maybe I should I guess turn back around and sprinting over them and unsheathing the rapier, but I don't think actually managing to get any. Probably trying to do the like stay away from my friends like
on God.
Yeah, exactly. Try and square up with them.
Yeah, that tracks. I think it takes you your movement to get back. But you
don't
can
think
make yourself a threatening presence that draws their attention away from your friends.
If possible, I'd like prepare a reaction to protect them. But if not,
I think that
fair
would
enough.
work. If
they decide to engage on us, you
Sure.
know.
They both take the bait and they both jump for you. However, they are a little uncoordinated. They're not used to the way their bodies are currently configured. So the first one snarls and like it's actually been really effective at running backwards so far, but it finally sees you. It has prey. You see the saliva dripping from its fangs. Like in its eagerness, it forgets and it goes to jump and jumps away from you, totally whiffing. The other one does a little bit better. It manages to run backwards up within range and then turn its head and start snapping. And like it's like snapping over its shoulder and jumping backwards until it gets sort of within reach. You can make your reaction. Go ahead.
It doesn't feel right. I think I'm gonna. It just feel. It's not honorable. I couldn't. I think I was.
Put on the nose or something.
Do what?
Roll up a newspaper bad.
I think I'm probably just gonna try and kick at it.
All right, go ahead and make
with an
it kill.
unarmed. Do a little unarmed strike. 9? 9 versus AC?
That is not going to hit. Its movement is so erratic. You swing your kick at it and whiff. However, in sort of a flurry of chaotic legs and teeth, it manages to probably land a hit. That's going to be even with disadvantage, that's a 21.
Oh yeah, big hit.
Okay. All right. It chomps its jaws down on you. That is going to be 8 damage.
Oh god.
And you need to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. Let's see. Get +5 rolls. So. Oh, natural 20. Let's go.
All right.
All right.
It does not manage to pull you down. Its jaws do try to pull on you,
Okay.
but you've got stable footing and you avoid being knocked over. As this is going on, you guys see the rest of the wolves kind of passing you by. It seems that only these two have really peeled off. It's now... what were your 2 initiatives again?
I think Chad beat me. Mine was like
Okay.
9.
No, mine was 4.
Oh, yours was 4. Oh, I did better than somebody finally. Okay.
You're up, Sonora.
All right, I am up. Sonora doesn't take pity on the wolves. She's ready to go. So I'm just gonna back up a little bit. I'm better with my bow than my sword, so I'm going to take out my long bow, loose an arrow right at the jugular of the one that is attacking my friend Crew.
All right.
10?
10 is not a hit.
Why is my... Okay, you are in dice jail, you beautiful, beautiful bastard.
I'm out.
I want my gemstone dice to be the good dice, but it's
I
the one
know.
that's made out of plastic and probably costs $1. That's
You gotta build a relationship with your dice. Like,
All right. I'm sorry I called you
sometimes they
Nate.
get cold. Gesundheit.
Excuse me. Chad, I believe that's you.
All right. Well, if nobody else is going to do anything, chill touch.
All right.
A ghostly skeletal hand in the space of a creature within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the creature to assail it with the chill of the grave. That's going to be an 8.
Your chill touch does not succeed. You
I think we're all a bit rusty tonight.
yeah, it seems so.
Does it just shiver a little bit? It's like, ooh.
The one that's near you, Crew, is going to keep snapping and whirling its jaws. However, it is definitely losing its coordination as it gets into the heat of the battle. That is going to be a 13.
Does not hit.
All right, you managed to fend it off this time. The other one has wound up near you, Igor, and it's going in for the attack very clumsily with an 11. I assume that's not a hit? Igor?
Oh, sorry, that's me. I'm the one. 11 is actually exactly my armor class.
Oh,
Which is why I'm going to cast Shield.
all right.
Oh.
Shield it is.
Nice.
It first like accidentally almost knocks you over as it's trying to get its jaws on you, but just like failing to move the direction it intends to move, but manages to twist and bite, and it's just about to close its jaws like on your throat or near your throat, and you get your shield spell off and just push it off you.
Excellent.
Wait, I think I skipped Crew's turn. Hey, go ahead and take it now. I'm sorry.
That's fine. I regret my decisions. I'm gonna try and stab this damn dog. 21 versus AC.
Oh yeah, that definitely hits.
And that is...
I am good for one thing, and it is my sword.
9 damage.
That is a severe blow. You cut it deeply, and it is it's not out yet, but it's badly hurt. And that theoretically happened before its turn. So it tries to bite you back and fails.
I'm also going to use my bonus action to use my second win and regain D10 plus 1 health because I am extremely bloodied.
Level 1.
Let's see. So that'll be 5 health. I'm good again, kind of.
All right.
We're okay.
So now they go. It fails to attack Crew, fails to bite Igor. Sonora, it's to you.
Huzzah! I have a chance to redeem myself. Okay, plastic dice, let's do this. Or resin, I suppose. All right, I take out my longbow. I shoot at the one that seems the bloodiest. That's a little better, 14 to hit.
That's a hit.
Sweet. All right, let's do damage. 8 damage.
Your arrow strikes the one that Crew just cut, and with a little yelp, it falls to the ground. You have finished one of them off.
Yeah.
Igor.
The one that just tried to bite me, it's going to get a chilling grasp to the face.
All right.
That will be a 7.
You try the chilling grasp to the face. It tries to duck out of the way and moves the wrong direction. It looks very startled and frustrated, but it's sort of equally effective for purposes of dodging your attack. Crew, it's to you. Top of the round. You are muted.
Oh, you're muted.
I am continuing to do my very cool fighter thing. Is it still biting onto my leg? Is it still gnawing onto that?
No, the one that was attacking you is down. Sonora finished it off with.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'm just going to circle around and try and make a little jabby at it.
All right.
I cannot see that. Oh, no, that's a big miss.
Okay. All right.
They are too fast, despite their unfortunate leg situation.
The one on you, Igor, is sticking it out. It's pissed off. It's unhurt. It's taking out its aggression on someone, and that someone happens to be you. I correct my statement. It is trying to take out its aggression. That's going to be a whopping 6.
You and me both, doggo. You and me.
It just goes into a frenzy, snapping and snarling, and it can't get you. It winds up chewing on its own tail. Let's see. Sonora.
All right. As it's chewing on its own tail, I use that moment of distraction to try to get one right between its eyes. All right, with the longbow. This time I'm going to use my pretty dice. I think she had some time to think about her actions. Okay, it's not terrible. 12?
Not quite enough.
Ah.
You're shooting for right between the eyes. Instead, you hit the tail. It goes right through the fur of the tail. With a yelp, the wolf lets go of its own tail.
I'm used to herding wolves that move like proper wolves.
Yeah.
And this has just thrown me for a loop.
You and it both. Igor?
I should have done this long ago. Giselle Truncheon is going to come in and give me the help action, which will allow me to roll with advantage on this next chill touch attack. That will be a 22.
That is a hit.
For a whopping 3 points of damage.
All right. With Giselle's
And it
help...
can't regain hit points until its next turn.
It can't what? Oh,
Regain hit points.
Okay.
And it has disadvantage on attack rolls against me until the end of my next turn.
Oh, well, it already had disadvantage on attack rolls, but it won't hurt. Yeah, with Giselle's help, flapping and beating her wings and clawing at its eyes, you're finally able to land a hit with that chill touch. Back to the top of the round. Crew.
I have something to prove. I gotta tackle this dog. I gotta tap one of these animals out. I didn't get it last time, and it just. So I'm gonna make an unarmed attack roll. No, got a 5. So I'm gonna try and get a grab on it, and or I guess 10 with modifier, but doesn't matter.
Your guys
try
have
and
luck tonight.
Bait it in and then go for a Nelson.
So in your head, this looks super awesome. In your head, you're like, yeah, I see the moment. I'm going to jump in, dive it, get my arm around its neck, tackle this thing into submission. It's going to be so cool. My friends are going to be proud of me. They're going to be clapping. And like what actually happens is you dive and it jumps backwards and you splash like onto the puddle where it was and just end up
My beautiful silver remnants.
I hope that's not a fresh puddle.
You're able to quickly roll to your feet. You're not actually suffering a penalty from this. It wasn't that bad of a roll, but narratively, it is not the awesome moment you were hoping for. This wolf is fighting alone now, but it is still passing its morale checks. And it sees Crew. I think it's going to go for you this time. Oh, no. It's going for Giselle. Giselle was flapping around its wings. It's going to try to bite her.
Flyby attack.
Flyby attack. You beautiful bastard, you.
Owls, they're the best, man.
They're so good. All right, then it's just going for whoever's nearest, which I think is going to be Crew. That's a 10. It's not feeling it. It's trying its best. Yeah, it's starting to look demoralized and frustrated and also a little scared. It's starting to realize it's outnumbered. Back to you guys, Sonora.
All right, Sonora is gonna take in the scene, cruise in a puddle. Igor has an octopus on his head and an owl just flying around. I've got my poor little sleeping blue animal at my feet, and I'm just like, you know what? I am tired of crazy animals shenanigans, and I'm gonna loose an arrow and hopefully finish it.
Fingers crossed. Oh no! What did you get?
It rolls from a 20 to a 2. So mad! You're back in timeout, girl.
You let go, you pull the bowstring back, you're ready to go, and right at that moment, like the little pig on your shoulder like snuffs and readjusts, and you glance away at exactly the wrong moment, and the arrow goes shoo off into the sky. Igor, you're up.
All right, same again, sir. That will be a 21 to hit for another 4 points of necrotic damage.
It is starting to get pretty necroticized. It does not like that at all. Top of the round, Crew.
I don't even have to say what's happening. I have so many things to prove. 17.
That is a hit.
Alrighty.
This is your sword?
No, I'm grappling this. I'm grappling this wolf. I'm trying to tap this wolf out. Let's see. Now I need to remember how grappling works.
You are muddied and injured, but you're going to show this thing what for.
Yeah, so
I think you actually were supposed to roll... Well, just do it now. Roll either athletics or acrobatics.
Okay, gotcha. Oh,
you're glitching out
7.
there.
Oh, I love when that.
Oh, your video.
7.
Well, it manages to do even worse against all odds. It's that backwardsness messing it up.
Yeah, we'll see. I have a very poor understanding of wrestling, I guess. I finally got it.
It's really like nobody comes out of this looking good. You're flopping around, the wolf is flopping around, both of you are chaos, but finally you come out on top. You got this thing in the head pin you were looking for. However, that does not stop it from attacking you, which it is going to try to do. It is snapping at you at this point. Does a 13 hit?
It does not.
All right, your armor saves you. Whew. Sonora.
So he's just got it in a sleeper hole?
Well, it's not in a sleeper hold yet, but I will say if you, this is not in the grappling rules, but I will say that if you manage to hold it a second round, you can get it into like a more of a pin, like a sleeper hold, where it can't attack you and you can actually overpower it.
Yes, Nora doesn't care about that. It tried to kill friends. She's over it.
Fair.
I'm gonna, take out my longbow and just shoot it.
All right.
Hopefully.
Don't crit fail this.
You should. I just thought of that.
Dice, if you're listening to me, this is a perfect time to roll a 1.
You shut
Aha! I rolled before it heard you. That's a 17.
That is a hit. Go ahead and roll your damage, and I think.
All right. Oh, yeah, finally. Okay, that is a 12.
All right, beautiful.
Or no, 11, sorry.
Either way, it's already been chill touched twice. This thing was beaten, bruised. It was actually going to run away this turn, but it got grappled. Crew, you're holding it. You're wrestling on the ground, rolling around with this wolf as it snaps at you. And all of a sudden, an arrow sprouts out of its neck, and the thing just falls limp. It is done for at last.
I was going to get the 7 count. What do you mean? Senora! I basically had all this mud.
Yes, you did very, very well. We're all very impressed.
Thank you, Igor. I live on your validation. Now, if we could please get to that man, or I need a bath.
When you retell the story, I'll let you take that one.
Oh, Sonora, there's a reason that we make such a good adventuring party. We.
All right, we head toward the manor.
All right. Standing up, dusting yourselves off, you proceed through the forest, and it is not too much farther. You push on, and at this point, you very quickly can see it through the trees, and here and there is like you get glimpses, and then finally you burst out of the tree cover and see a big, beautiful clearing before you, and it's really quite striking. The manor is about 20 feet up a hillside, an almost sheer hillside, almost a cliff. There's a little narrow winding path that walks up that hillside to the manor, but it's kind of clinging to the side of this rock face. And then laid out beneath it is a large, gorgeous rose garden. And there are a few other specific features that you do see here, but this is a perfect time to take our little break and then come back with the new scene afterwards.
Okay.
Before we go on break, do we have a sponsor for tonight?
Yeah, so let's see here. I got.
A jacket. Okay, all
We're
right.
businessing up for this one.
Nice. Nice.
Yes.
Are you tired of the same old fireballs and thunder waves? Do you yearn for a little more distance when you're dealing damage? More? A lot of distance? Then look no further than Phaetheon, the industry-leading provider of long-range interplanar magic missiles and other magical armaments of the present age. Here on Toril, the job of killing someone, especially without getting that pesky blood on your hands, is just toil. Even the simple act of scrying involves verbal, somatic, material component. 1,000 gold? They table ruled we're not using components, right? No? A gap in the market. Could you get on, write something to guard captain of Neverwinter? I'm sure they've got some tax money floating around for defenses that we could... R&D, let's line them pockets, buddy. Okay, anyway, sorry. Here at Phaetheon, our purpose is to alleviate some of that burden that adventurers suffer throughout their righteous crusades. That's why we are so thrilled to announce the AIM DC-9 Sidewinder to the market, a fully autonomous weapon system. The Sidewinder is sure to make any abjuration wizard into an abdication wizard, as in abdicated from this mortal coil. At 14 feet of pure slithering rage, this Amphis Bana that we sovereign glued to a homing weapon, as provided by you, will deliver a bite of poisonous death to any ne'er-do-well you happen to have arbitrarily decided is a ne'er-do-well. After all, here at Phaetheon, we stand by our motto. If you give me a few gold and literally any leeway, I will remorselessly do something heinous. Phaetheon.
Yay! Our newest sponsor. This is interesting. So
Yeah.
a new corporation. It's not just Vecnacorp. And what was our other?
Nerultech.
Neuraltech, yes.
And
Bravo.
once we had the friends of Maliki, but
Right.
That's right. That's right. Well, thank you very much, Reese. Our sponsors, as always, keep this show running. So make sure to give them your patronage.
And be sure to borrow a little from the fence fund when you need to fund your latest weaponry. All right. Thank you guys for coming. We do this for you, the audience. We're going to take our 5 to 10 minute break. You can as well. Please stick around. We will continue with the exciting conclusion. What's at the manor when we get back? See you shortly.
Oh, there's a dog! No, I don't want to go.
All right. See you soon. Hello, everyone. We're back. Ready for the dramatic conclusion of the Lost Caravan. A couple announcements. I said this at the beginning, but once again, if you enjoy what you're seeing here, we just released this as a module on the DMs Guild. It is part of our line of 2-page, 1-sheet modules designed to be printed at home. Front side of the sheet is player facing. Back side of the sheet is DM facing. Has everything you need. Obviously, a lot of DM improv required because it's 2 pages. There's not enough to, do a full module there. But, DM improv is half the fun. This gives you the bones and you do the rest. It is available on DM's Guild now. We published it last week when we started this. And this is also going to be the end of the Lost Caravan. This is our last one. Next time, we're going to be starting an Isles of Mist game that will probably last maybe a month or 2. Callie's going to be running it. Isles of Mist, if you weren't here at the beginning, is the program it's the system that we created that we run professionally games at schools and for youth in. So it is designed to be simple enough for youth, but rich enough for adults to find it a ton of fun as well. High fantasy world, high magic. It's a world of floating islands and an endless sky. And we'll be starting that next week with, again, a rotating cast. So expect to see a few new faces next week.
But Chad will be there.
Chad will be there. And Callie will be
Can't
running
leave him
it.
out. And I'm running it, so.
All right. Without further ado, let's get back into it. You come out of the trees and see this manor floating, not floating, but kind of perched, clinging to this steep mountain slope, about 20 feet up. An extensive rose garden laid out before it with nice straight paths, squared off rose beds. Looks like it probably was neatly trimmed. Although at the moment, it is all deeply overgrown. There's vines reaching across the nice flagstones. The rose bushes themselves are tangled and thorny and overflowing their nice, tidy, squared beds. The light in the manor above on the hill slope, the lights are flashing and bright. There's a lot going on up there. And one of the most striking things, actually 2, these glowing magical bubbles that you've seen are here in abundance. They're floating all over the place. Some as small as a fist, some as large as a basketball. Shimmering see-through, they're translucent. But yeah, like soap bubbles, like magical soap bubbles in different pastel colors. And they're floating all over this clearing above the trees, down amongst the rose bushes. But one of the other things that your eye falls on is that right in the middle of this rose garden, there's a little tea table set up. There's a larger area flat with flagstones where there's clearly the tea table is supposed to be set up, but that tea table is not sitting on the flagstones. It is floating about 20 feet in the air, level with the manor, and just floating there. And on the table, you can see from this vantage point, tea is set. The table is set for tea. And there is a person sitting at one of the chairs, clinging to the chair with white knuckles. Her back to you at the moment. What do you do?
Hello!
She tries to look over her shoulder, but the chair kind of teeters, and you hear her gasp as she grips on even tighter. She calls, "Hello? Who's there? Can you help me?"
It is I, Cru de Trois. I'm sure you have heard. Yes, we'll figure out the
Sword, rope, rope. Oh. So I'm going to.
How long do you think you can hold on for?
I've been here a while already. I think I'm okay as long as I don't move too much.
Okay, I'm so sorry if this hits you.
And I'm going to find a rock that I can tie the front of my rope to. I can just hug it over, try and establish some sort of belay.
But if she grabs the rope, Crew, then she's just what? How?
No. You see, if it is over the table, and then I have both sides of the rope, I can hold the both, and then it is an anchor point.
Oh, assuming the table isn't precarious.
Well, I mean, it's open to suggestion, but I mean,
It's worth a try.
You know what? Give me an attack roll. You're throwing it over the table, right? That's your intent?
Yeah, I'm trying to arc it over so that the rope lands on it.
As you're doing this, you see one of those floating bubbles getting sort of drifting closer to her, and she starts going like trying to ducking her head down.
Oh, no.
Can I roll an attack roll against the bubble?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
what are you using for this?
Chill touch?
Sure.
I mean, it's skill
All
to
right.
hand.
Oh boy.
Do you wanted an attack roll?
Yes. Let's
Okay,
resolve
cool.
Reese's first.
I'm going to use inspiration on this. This is my opportunity to save fair maiden, you know? I'm so glad that I used inspiration. A 23.
Excellent. Yeah, you throw it over the table. It arcs in a beautiful line over the table and comes down and actually seems to be fairly centered on the table. She even tentatively reaches out a hand to grab the rope, trying not to disrupt her balance. But the bubble is getting closer to her head. That's when Igor strikes. What did you get?
Nat 20, baby.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay. So you do
no.
pop the bubble. Do you have a player's handbook handy?
Of course I do. I have the entire internet at my fingertips.
Would you please turn to the Wild Magic Surge table on page 104?
I love mild magic.
Just in case you weren't sure if it was wild magic we were dealing with this entire time.
If there were any lingering doubts.
Let's see here. Do I have a physical book?
I do.
Physical books?
What are those?
Ooh.
104, you say, sir.
Old
We're
school.
pulling out Dead Tree format. This must be serious.
I say with my dead tree character sheet.
Okay. Am I rolling on this table?
Yes, please roll on that table for me.
Excellent. 40. You turn into a potted plant until the start of your next turn. While a plant, you are incapacitated and have vulnerability to all damage. If you drop below 0 hit points, the pot breaks and your form reverts.
Okay, so the wild magic, however, is not focused on you. It's focused on the bubble. So the bubble turns into a potted plant after you strike it. The chill
And says,
touch.
oh no, not again.
Yeah. The chill touch strikes it like withers the plant. But a plant doesn't float. The plant immediately falls. Chad, would you please roll me a 1d4 to determine what this plant hits on the way down, if anything?
1.
All right. It hits the girl. It turns into a plant. It clips her knee, and her balance on the chair goes totally wonky. I'm going to roll a dex save for her. That is not a success. She starts falling off the chair, and she grabs onto the rope, Crew, that you had thrown over the table, and clings to it for dear life. Are you still holding the other end?
I am, yes.
All right.
I think we should roll like flip a coin, because there are 2 lines over it, right?
Yeah.
And one of them I'm holding on to, and if she holds on to that one, then she just falls.
She's in trouble.
Yeah, and the other one, if she holds on to it, then like I'm the counterweight and she's fine.
Yeah.
So I feel like we should roll a luck check to make sure she grabbed the right one. I feel like in the heat of the moment, you wouldn't really.
Sure. Yeah. Give me any die. Give me evens or odds.
Okay. It is odd.
All right. She has access to the wrong one. So she grabs the rope, it starts slipping, and she's going to try to grab the table. She does with a 19. So she grabs the table and she's hanging onto the edge of it, just dangling there. The table tilts and it starts slowly tilting as she's putting weight on it. And she just calls out, "Help! Help!"
I got this one, guys. I'm going to cast Featherfall on her.
Oh, great.
What?
You have about time to say that before the table tilts enough that she can't hold on any longer. She slips off with a little scream. Do you cast Featherfall?
Yes, I do.
That is an excellent choice of spells, sir. She is sure she's going to die when you say the magic words, and poof, her fall slows and she lands gently on the ground, though her eyes are still wide with fear. She looks at you guys and says, "Oh my God, you saved me. You saved me." She stands up, "Thank you." And she runs over to you, Igor, and throws her arms around you and with a great big childlike hug.
Before she sees the octopus on his head?
Probably about the same time she sees the octopus on his head.
Don't worry, he won't bite.
Actually, she, when she lets go, she goes, "Oh my God, you found Dim."
Yes, I did, and I've been keeping him safe all this time. He makes a lovely hat.
She sort of reaches out a finger to the octopus and said, when the world just went crazy, when all this started happening, he turned into an octopus right in front of my eyes. I got so scared. There were other things going on. I ran, but I've been kicking myself ever since. I'm so glad you found him.
You must be,
Oui, Tessie, yes?
Tessie, yes.
Yeah, that's me. Did you find other people from the caravan?
Yes, we found, well, we think most of them.
Are they okay? It's been so scary.
Everything seems to be okay, except there were some glowing pigs and some backwards animals.
And your caravan master occasionally turns into a goat, but we're working on it.
Well, it's a work in progress.
Oh, you met Kara. But She's okay, other than the goat thing.
Yes, we think so.
She just looks like overwhelmed. This has been a hell of a day. She just sits down on a little rock in the garden.
I ask her, is there anybody else here with you? Is there anyone in the house?
She says, I heard voices in the house. Well, just one, but it sounded like he was talking to somebody. That was before
Yeah.
the whole, or that was after the whole table thing. I was running and I found this place and I was so tired and scared. I thought if I sat down on a chair, I could rest for a second. And then the whole thing just went up in the air. That was probably 2 hours ago. I've been sitting there this whole time.
Well, if
Did,
you... Sorry, go ahead.
you folks in the caravan, did you know that this man was here? Or was this some sort of odd something along the lines of the trial and such?
Well, I didn't know about it, but, we're not really from here. We're just passing through. As she's sitting on this rock, she's not too far from one of the rose bushes, and you guys see, like, one of the rose bush's roots lift out of the bed and, like, come down like a foot, and another one, and the whole bush starts crawling out of the bed, coming towards her, like, reaching out its thorny branches towards her. What do you do?
I cast chill touch on the bush.
All right, roll initiative.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna grab the girl, get her out of the way.
Yeah.
You were trying to beat a 15 this time.
11.
16.
6.
6. So, Chad, I think you go first.
All right, Ether. Get back in there. Haha, a 21 to hit. For a whopping 1 damage.
All right. Well, hitting is not the issue. You hit it with the chill touch, but it keeps coming. And it actually springs into motion at that point and reaches out one of its branches and tries to slash at Tessie. She, at this point, however, sees your, reaction, and she jumps up with a little cry and jumps out of the way of it. It is a miss. Crew and Sonora, what were your initiatives again?
Mine's 6.
I think mine was 11. I
All
bumped
right.
my die.
Then, Crew, you're up next.
Yeah. So, did Sonora grab the girl to or no? She just
Not yet.
dodged it. Okay,
She's
cool.
jumping for her.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna try and I spent all this time carving my name into trees, so I should be pretty decent at carving up this bush as well, right?
I think it's time for some combat pruning, sir.
Oui, they taught this in my finishing school.
11.
I did not graduate my finishing school.
You know what? The bush is it's a shrub. It doesn't have a whole lot of agility. 11 is a hit.
Yes.
D8. 10 damage.
That is enough. You leap forward with a very manly slash. You chop through the heart of this shrub and it falls to pieces. However, you do see several other shrubs starting to move nearby. It seems that several of these rose bushes have awakened and are crawling your direction.
Perhaps we should get up to the top of the hill.
Oui, that is sound strategy. I have something else I was taught now finishing school.
Maybe we should get inside. Let's bring the girl. She said she heard voices in there.
Yes.
She
Come on,
says-
everyone.
She says, yeah, please don't leave me.
And we're not
No,
gonna.
no, here. You can hold Dim. Just put the octopus in her hands and push her forward.
All right. You guys have to have some speed to get out of the way of these bushes. You are faster than them, but you're going to have to book it a little bit. You run through the rose garden, dodging like thorny branches, and get to this narrow path. But along the rose garden and on the path, like several of these bubbles are floating around. You need to move carefully and sometimes try to dodge them. I need a dex save from everyone. This is fairly low DC.
Wait, hold on. Could shape water push them out of the way?
Do you want to try?
I'm a little afraid to.
Oh, live in the moment, Thanora.
All right, I'm gonna live in the moment. This is a one shot. Let's do it. I'm gonna try to shape water and try to just like push them out of the way.
All right. How many are you pushing?
How many are there?
There's a lot. They're all over.
Just the ones along the path.
Okay, but my point is, are you starting with one, or are you gonna hit all of them at once? No reason.
I'm gonna start with one because I don't like your face.
Damn it. All right. It works. You do push the bubble away, and roll me a die. Tell me evens or odds.
Okay. Odds.
It also pops the bubble. Roll on the
God
wild
damn it.
magic test.
Wild magic.
Chad has the book. Callie, why don't you roll the percentile?
Okay. Hold on. So it's out of like a big table?
Yeah, it's D100.
Okay. That is an 18.
18. You grow a long beard made of feathers that remains until you sneeze, at which point the feathers explode out from your face.
All right. This is gonna strike whichever of you is closest. Callie, roll me a d6. 1,
Okay.
2, 3, or 4. No, 1, 2, or 3. It's you because you're the one doing this. But 4,
Okay.
5, or 6, it might be one of your companions.
It's 3.
All right, it's you. Boosh! Huge beard of feathers sprouts from your face.
Ugh.
Actually quite fetching.
Alouette, chante, alouette, alouette, chante, plume.
Meanwhile,
You know,
Chad, you're
On the plus side, now you have more fodder for the fletching for your arrows.
Yeah, if anybody tries to rip one of these out of my face, I'm gonna rip off their testicles.
Oui.
oh man.
Duly noted.
Meanwhile, Igor, you're leading the charge. You're up ahead in front. You get distracted by this, turn back, look around, and you're like, make your comment, whatever, and turn to go ahead. And you turn back just in time to see one of these bubbles drifting right in front of you, but not in time to actually like divert your course. And boosh, you face plant right into it. Give me the roll. This was the
Exciting.
3 on your deck save earlier. By the way, what did you two get on your deck saves?
I never made one. I shaped water.
I got an 8.
8 is good enough. The DC was very low. Callie, we'll count that as your deck save. You did that on whichever was closest.
All right,
Results?
so I rolled a 30,
All right.
which goes, you teleport up to 60 feet to an unoccupied space of your choice that you can see.
Wow. All right. Well, where are you teleporting to?
Up to the top of the hill, of course.
All right. You teleport ahead, and you find yourself on a little balcony that wraps around this manor. The part you're on is fairly narrow, and there's a door right in front of you going into the manor. The balcony is a little bit wider on the front, where it sticks out over the rose garden. You see a couple chairs. It looks like it would be quite nice, like a little sun umbrella, table for serving drinks. Like it looks like under other circumstances, this would have been quite a pleasant getaway home for some wealthy family. However, you do see The door on the front, like facing the main balcony, must be clear or made of glass or open because you see lights spilling out onto the main part of the balcony that are changing colors and flashing. Do you want to go in the door that's the side door that's right there in front of you, go around to the main part of the balcony and look in, or wait for your companions to catch up?
When they come up, would they be closer to the front or closer to where I am now?
Probably closer to where you are now. Yeah. You're just right at the top of the stairs.
Okay, I'll just peek my head inside, waiting for them to arrive.
All right. In the door, you're going to open it?
No. I won't open it yet.
Okay. All right, so the rest of you follow along and catch up. Oh, I forgot to roll a dex save for the girl. Would one of you roll for Tessie?
Sure.
Let's give her a +1 dex.
She rolled a 10.
All right, she's fine. These bubbles are not fast moving. There's just several of them, and you're fast moving. You guys make it the rest of the way up, ducking and weaving the rest of these magic bubbles, and join Igor at the top of the stairs and see what I just described. You've got the door, the side door right in front of you, or if you go around to your left, there's like the main balcony, and it looks like from there you'd be able to see in.
Perhaps we should go and see if we can see in before going in.
Fair enough.
I am clad in ringlets of steel. I am the least sneaky person alive. So I defer to you.
I can take a peek. I kind of like itch my beard.
Roll me a stealth test to peek your head around the corner.
Right. Wait, no, not this dice. Betrayer. This one. I critically failed.
Oh no. I think I might know why you critically failed. In fact, I'm going to skip the next roll and just say that's what it is. You're like sneaking out. You're all super soft, stealthy, like ninja mode. You get to you see there's like a bunch of windows in the front and the glass doors. And you're just ready to peek around. You get around the corner, but right then your nose starts itching. You're a little sniffly. And you don't quite see what's inside. Like you're about to look when you stick your head around, but then the sneeze comes on. And next thing you know, achoo! And the feathers go boosh! They all fly off you in this massive explosion. You guys hear the loudest sneeze you've ever heard in your life. Sonora just sneeze bombed this stealth attempt. And there's feathers flying everywhere. Tessie kind of gasps.
Better out than in, I always say.
At that point, you all hear the sounds of breaking glass. Let's roll another initiative test.
Oh, gosh. All right.
It's super jacked. Roll that
What a
again.
waste of a nat 20.
7!
Oh. I got a 16 this time, finally.
All right. I've got an 8. So, Igor, I believe you're up. You don't yet have eyes on the situation. You just see feathers drifting out, and you heard the sound of the breaking glass. What do you do?
I'm going to move in that direction.
Okay. Just a few steps gets you to where you can see around the corner. You see a massive pink blob, just like this slime-like creature, like straight out of some child's science kit, but like the size of a cow, just kind of rolling out of the house. And it seems to have just smashed its way through these glass front doors. And it's oozing in the direction of Sonora, who's still recovering from this ferocious sneeze. And as it rolls along, there's this kind of different part of it, some sort of discoloration or something that rolls into view, and you suddenly see it's a human face, and it seems that this slime is the rest of his body. All the face is the only thing that remains human. Looks like a young man, and he's gibbering and rolling his eyes. He doesn't yet seem to have seen you. But the slime is going for Sonora.
Well, that's unusual. I think I'm just going to stick with my MO and chill touch.
All right. Chill touch it is.
21
That's a hit.
for
Right.
5 points of necrotic damage.
All right. 5 points of necrotic damage. Yeah, you chill touch it, and part of the slime starts to disintegrate, almost like it's been, like bit by one of the most poisonous snakes. Just like goes away.
Like when you pour water on cotton candy.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Sonora, you're up. You recover from this like earth-shattering sneeze, and through the cloud of feathers all around you, you see this grotesque apparition just coming at you. What do you do?
I say, absolutely not. And I back up a little bit and I take out my longbow and I loose one at it.
All right, there's only so far you can back up, but you get sort of back into the corner of this space. Take your shot.
All right. 15 to hit.
That is a hit, yes.
Sweet. Okay. I don't know if she even sees this guy's face. She just sees blob and she's like, nope.
Maybe not yet, yeah.
Gonna turn to Tessa. Excuse me, miss, do you know any blobs?
She's just like eyes wide, jaw dropped. No.
So that's 4 damage, unfortunately. That's all I got.
All right. Well, you're racking it up. Your bow, the arrow slams in there. It does not seem to be as effective as it might be against something that had a more like stable structure, but it does something. Like it definitely seems to hurt it. There's like some liquid oozing out where you cut it. It's its turn. It starts oozing your direction, and even as it closes in for the attack, let me see. Coming towards Igor. Igor is maybe a step closer at this point. Even as it comes in for the attack, the face, that young man's face on it, its eyes land on you and go wide, and it shouts out, "Please, please don't kill me. I'll help you. You can save me. I'll tell you how. Just don't hurt me." But even as he says that, the slime like reaches out. This like part of it extends from its main mass and swipes at you, Igor. That is going to be a dirty 20.
That's going to hit far.
Oh my gosh. Wow. That's going to be... Ooh. This does a lot of damage. That's going to be 11 damage.
Down I go.
6 of it is bludgeoning, and 5 is acid, if that makes any difference.
None at all, sir.
I assume you are not wearing metal armor?
I am not.
Okay. Yeah, it strikes Igor and just like knocks him out and starts pulling him into the ooze. You guys see him go down. The face groans as it sees this. It says, "Oh, no, please. There's a vial inside. Use it. The magic vial. It'll capture this body. Please help." What do you guys... It's Crew's turn.
I think I'm gonna nod over to Tessie, like do the to like try and go find that vial. But my priority is going to be trying to slice the goo away from like whatever the tendrils that have started to pull Igor in. Try and sever those to buy my dear compatriot a little bit more time.
All right.
18 to hit.
That is a hit. Yes.
And we are doing 6 piercing damage.
Okay. Similarly, does not seem to be as effective as it might otherwise be, but not useless. You cut it open
Cool.
and it's not able to totally reform it right away.
Cool.
Okay. Tessie follows your instruction. She catches what you're saying, and she was just kind of staggering in shock. She nods her head and runs inside the side door. And you hear her muttering like, Vial, Vial, what am I looking for? She's trying to find it. It would be back to the top of the round. Igor, I need you to make me a death saving throw.
Right you are, sir. Natural 1, sir.
Oh God.
No.
Oh,
So I know this is not rules as written, but I like to do 2 fails on a natural 1 on a death save. However, I watched a great video from XP to level 3 today about how much it sucks to be incapacitated and like his dying rules, which I kind of want to borrow. So his dying rules are, or at least the way I'm going to interpret it is, when you're knocked to 0, you can still make choices. But the choice you're making, all you can do is you can do a bonus action or a move, or you can do an action, but you take a level of exhaustion if you do an actual action. And you can't stand up while you're dying. If you do a move, it's a crawl.
So
You
can I
are
try
dying,
to
but you can still do a little bit.
can I try and extricate myself from these pseudopods that are embracing me?
Yes, and that was mostly a narrative effect. That's actually not a rules ability it has, so I will just give you that one for free. You're able to extricate yourself and crawl away. We'll treat that as a move action.
Okay.
You guys see Igor just sort of like crawling away, gasping for breath, bleeding out on the ground like as he's going. He is not looking good at
This
all.
is going to leave a very lovely scar.
Sonora, I believe it is your turn.
Can I see the face of the young man in the squish?
You can. He's going like, oh, God, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for any of this.
Focus. What's the name of this potion? Also, do you have healing potions?
No. Yes. Get the vial. It's empty. It's got blue glass. It's empty inside. Say the magic word. Bumblesticks. And it'll capture me.
Great. I run inside and I'm going to help Tessie look for this vial.
All right, make a perception roll.
Yeah. Also, can I be looking simultaneously for a healing potion potentially? This person seems like they would have potions.
Go ahead.
Okay. You said perception?
Yes.
That is a 15. Yes, no.
That is enough.
All right.
You and Tessie both see it at the same time, but you're closer. She shouts, "There!" right as your eye falls on it, and you're able to grab it up. You do see a few other potions, but you do not immediately see a healing potion.
Okay. I just grabbed the blue vial then.
Okay. All right. It's now its turn. It starts rolling towards Crew since you're the one left. The blob makes this kind of gnarly, moaning, popping noise as it rolls towards you. That is going to be a 16. Does that hit?
My AC is 16.
Then that is a hit.
You try to parry the tendril and it just is goop, so it doesn't matter.
That is going to be 10 damage.
Oh no. I am also unconscious.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. No.
All right. So you have the same rules as Igor. You will need to make a death save on your turn, which is right now. It is your turn.
Alrighty.
You can do a move or a bonus action. You cannot stand up. Or you can do one action, but you take a level of exhaustion if you do. And you don't get to move or bonus.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna make the death save and ponder for a second. That is a fail. So that is one failure. I'm gonna crawl towards it with hatred in my heart.
All right. All right. Crawl towards it? What are you trying to get by crawling towards it?
I'll claw at it, I'll bite it, I'll do anything I can.
You can do an action. You just get a level of exhaustion. Do you want to attack? You're close enough to attack it.
It's more about knowing that I crawled to it to claw at it with my hands.
All right. Sounds good. It is Tessie's turn. She is going to keep looking for a healing potion, and luck is with her. She grabs a potion and says, "Is this it? I think this is it." She holds it up for you, Sonora. It is a healing potion.
Mir.
All right. Back to the top of the round. Igor, it's time for a death save.
Well,
That is one success.
Oh, that
my
could have been
God. Callie, you're up.
All right, I've got the 2 vials in hand. I'm gonna run out. I'm gonna take the blue one first, and I say, what was it? Bumble fudge, bubble sticks.
You say bumble sticks, and the potion, the vial starts to glow and radiate, and it's this pink glow that reaches out and seems to encompass the slime. And you hear that the young man's voice just saying, "Thank you, thank you, thank you. Take me to the wizard Zara 4 in town." And he, as the pink slime is pulled into this vial, and like the last to go is his face as he's saying that, "Take me to the wizard Zara 4." Before he's popped into the vial, and you are able to take the little cork that was with it and pop it on. However, that does take your action, so you were not able to give Igor the healing potion right away. It would be his turn. He's out. He has been captured. Crew, you're unconscious.
I sure am.
Roll a death saving throw.
Oh no. All right, my second failure.
Oh God.
Oh, I am so pain.
Tessie runs out and grabs the healing potion from you and says, "Which one do I give it to?"
I look at her and I say, give it to Igor for now. He's got magic. Maybe he can help us.
All right. She runs over to Igor and she says, "Sorry, fancy man." But she runs over to Igor and she says, "Thank you, Igor, for helping me." And she pours down the healing potion down your throat. Igor, you are saved.
thank you, master.
As now that that's the end of this round, now that the vial has captured this slime, you see the bubbles starting to pop left and right, but nothing is happening. They're just dissipating. You see the rose bushes that were still starting to march their way up the stairs after you grind to a halt and sort of put their roots back into the ground. you see the octopus that Tessie is now carrying start to swell and bulge, and she goes, "Oh!" and like helps get it off her onto the ground, and it grows until it takes the shape of a little boy, probably a young teenager, but small for his size. He goes, "I'm saved!" However, we are not entirely out of danger. Crew is still in big trouble, at risk. Top of the round would be Igor. You are now recovered. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna run over to Clue and see if I can stabilize him, sir. A little bit of medicine, you know, the scientific secrets.
Give me a medicine check.
17?
That is successful. You managed to bandage Crew's wounds. He is not better, but he will live. You prevent him from bleeding out on this patio. And with that...
You're lucky, but, you know, I would have come back and raved you again anyway.
Oh, thank you, my dear friend. Did you...
Get you cleaned up.
I know you are unconscious, but you did see how I so bravely crawled towards the creature to save you, correct?
Yes, it was very dynamic, sir.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you, thank you.
Perhaps we should take a look around and see if we can find anything else that will help us before we head back to the caravan.
And I believe we need to take this boy back to the Zarafor, this wizard.
Yes, back in town, he said.
Well, we should look around and see if there's anything else we can figure out on what happened. If we take him to the wizard, we need to know exactly what we're dealing with.
I mean, to be honest, if we don't have to return to town for a little bit, he wouldn't mind being in the pack saddle for a few week or so, right? He's fine.
He seems very happy in the jar. I know many who are.
Nice.
Amazing. So there's sort of a big sigh of relief all around. And you're able to catch up with Tessie, and the boy turns out to be Dim. He's also very glad to be saved, and start searching the manor a little bit. It looks like it does go... It looks like a holiday home, like not really a full house, but very high quality. And it does go kind of into the hillside a little bit. And it's in the hillside that you find the magical workshop that apparently this wizard or whatever he is was working in when he caused all this to happen. There's several clearly magical experiments in various states, most of which would be interesting to you, Igor, but not so much to the others. Igor, roll me an Arcana test. Let me see how much sense you can make of what he was working on.
Oh, yes. This is a quite nice alembic over here, and ooh, what a sharp retort. Ha, that's my little joke. 22, sir.
Ooh, excellent. Yeah, you see several kind of drained husks of objects that would have tremendous magical significance or power, mostly parts of different animals, like one of the cut off snake hairs of a Medusa, one of the eye stalks of a beholder, excuse me, one of the tendril things of a displacer beast. But they've all been drained. And what you're able to piece together is that he had collected these various sources of magical power. There's also a very unstable one-way portal to the Feywild that he's kind of siphoning power out of the Feywild. And it looks like he was taking all of this power and trying to prepare an infusion that would dump all of that power into himself to radically improve his power and capability all at once. Like in system terms, if this had worked, he might have gained like 6 or 7 levels at a snap. But it didn't work. Some of that power went into him with drastic effects, as you observed. But all of the magical chaos all around was the rest of this power that he inadvertently unleashed on the world, like just splattered it all over, like a painter who, instead of dipping their, if you're as a wizard, normal wizards if they were painters, dip their brush in the paint tin and paint a little, He tried to take the entire paint tin and throw it at the canvas. Yeah, a lot got on the canvas. But like it went spraying everywhere, got the whole room wet. And that's basically the magical equivalent of what he did. Like wild
Jackson Pollock.
Raw magical power just spewed out of this all over the place. As for his experiments, there's basically nothing to be salvaged. It has, I think, for you some academic interest, but you can tell with the 22 Arcana, it was doomed from the start. This was never going to work.
Sloppy workmanship, head to toe. All right, we can go, I think. Let's go find this Therefor.
You do find a few things, though. You, with time to search the area, you find a cache of a significant amount of of gold coins. You find 450 gold coins. You find 4 more potions, only one of which is a healing potion.
Master Crew, I believe this one's for you.
Oh, I am in so pain. Oh.
Oh, right, you're in pain, I say as I stuff the gold coins into my bag.
Yes, it is very, very heroic of me. To see how much pain I am in, yes.
Yes, you're very heroic, Crew.
I think that gold will be better in your keeping, Fenora. Thank you.
Yeah.
Gold, you say?
No, it was something else, sir.
Tessie takes the hint and brings you the healing potion, Crew. Here you go.
Oh, fantastic.
I'm glad you're all right.
Not my favorite vintage, but will do.
All right, you are back on your feet. Your wounds knit up. Should you play these characters again, you will have this treasure. There are 3 other potions as yet unidentified, and Igor, you find among the wreckage of this workshop, you find a pair of gloves that you can tell are magical.
I'll just hold on to these for now, I think.
All right. Well, that about wraps it up, aside from, wrap up. Any final orders you guys want to give? What's your plan next, going forward?
So to see if you could just sign here, and here. This is a notarized form saying that you were saved by the one and only Crew de Trois. Here's your copy, here is mine. Feel free to have that framed, show anyone you like, and you are welcome.
She seems slightly baffled, but she doesn't object. She signs the papers.
Oh, and then can I take her aside at one point? I'm like, hey, do you have like a handkerchief you can give him? It would just like mean the world to him if you could just give him a handkerchief as a favor, like a token.
I think I have some back in the camp, or I could borrow one.
You know what? This is yours now. And I give her mine.
She takes she comes up to you, Crew, kind of eyes modestly downcast, and looks up a little shyly and says, I just wanted to, she's really selling it, Sonora. I just wanted to give you this as a token of my appreciation.
Oh,
you saved my life.
Oh, the kerchief. Oh, thank you.
I'll open up a little rucksack that's got like, if you glance inside, there's just like tons of different square patches of silk in there, just a collection of kerchiefs. It's like stuff another one in there. Oh, thank you so much.
Thenora, was that the one you were blowing your nose in earlier?
Nope. Mm-mm. No. Mine are all black.
She also takes something of her own. She takes a little she's got a little necklace that she takes off and she ties it into your hair. She says, a little extra favor. Thank you. And she pats your cheek.
Oh, thank you. A true gift from you to me. I appreciate it.
Well, what a lovely moment. Shall we go find the rest of the caravan now?
Oh, yes. And then as we're kind of leaving, I want to see if I just want to look in the silverware drawer. And if there's any silver in there, I'm going to grab it and be like, and a little gift from him to me.
Yeah, you can probably find about another 15 gold worth of silverware to pilfer.
Great.
When you guys get out, you discover that the magical Dwemer affecting this whole region has ended. You're able to find your way back to the caravan. It feels like a shorter walk than it was the first time. And from the caravan, you can see the road. And you can already see, when you arrive, Lemma and Barl and John Doe were already there greeting everyone.
And that's when the corrected wolves attack.
You do catch a glimpse of a deer, and its legs are no longer backwards. John Doe is delighted to see Tessie. He runs over and gives her a great big hug and seems to be trying to dote on her, but she's not really having much of it. She keeps glancing over at Crew. Kylara, or was it Kara? Just Kara. Kara greets you and thanks you profoundly. They all thank you for saving them from whatever this was.
No.
You are quite welcome, and if you ever live to tell the tale, you can tell them that it was Crew that rescued you all from the forest.
Crew and Crew has a bit of a ring to it.
I must defer. Truthfully, Igor and Sonora were. Just put their names in the mix. Make sure mine is first, but put their names in.
Don't put my name in there.
Oh, okay. I mean, I wasn't... Were you expecting me to write something?
Yes, if you could leave us a 5-star Yelp review, that would be most helpful for our future rescuing endeavors.
Ah, right. Yelp. The magical system that people can use to cry for help when they need adventurers.
Exactly.
I'll be sure to get that review in right away.
Means a lot to us.
Support your local small business.
They are the local small business. Yeah, you have thanks all around. They want you.
So we did support them, is what you're saying.
Yeah, you did. They invite you to stay the night, give you food, drink, song. Kara does offer a reward. Do you accept it?
No, I would not love a reward. No, you are too much. No, a reward in my hands that you placed there. That's so. Thank you. No.
She is able to afford 40 gold coins by way of thank you.
You know what? Maybe it's best that you should keep this. In fact, actually.
A little bit offensive, like, oh, wow. Like, wow.
I refuse it as well. I kind of bow and I jingle a little bit. I'm like, you know what?
Jingle.
This was a reward within itself. A fork falls out into the ground. I take it, put it back in.
Well, you seem to be doing all right for yourselves.
We're doing fine, but if you could like and subscribe, we would really appreciate it.
And don't forget to hit that bell.
And last but not least, do you go to town and bring this vial to Zerafor?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't trust this vial.
One must ponder what it would be like to drink, but alas, that would be unethical.
You find a, we aren't going to roleplay through the whole scene, but you find a cranky old wizard named Zerafor who is grateful, although also clearly at wit's end. He explains that this young man is Tomlin and was his apprentice, who was frustrated with the slow pace of wizarding study and thought he could find a shortcut. He promises he'll set him straight. He will also identify the items you found.
Oh, sure.
There are 2 potions of flight
Nice.
and 1 potion of resist elements. And the gloves are gloves of craftsmanship that will give you a plus 10 on any tool use check.
I'll just take that potion of resist elements if y'all don't mind.
How about it, Paul?
Yeah, you can have all the potions. I'm fine.
Oh, yeah. It must be nice to be able to do some of the kind of stuff. I kind of am a little envious, I must be honest.
Yes, but we can also see how it goes wrong. I like to stay away from it as much as possible.
Xenophore, is there a licensing? Is there some sort of do you need take away his license? He should not be practicing magic anymore, is what I am saying. I don't know.
Oh, I'll see to that. All right. Well, that's it, folks. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for coming. Once again, if you thought this was awesome, go check it out on DM's Guild. It is for sale live on DM's Guild right now as of our first session last week. And we'll be back next week with our next story and a whole new system with a partially new cast. Yeah, it should be a ton of fun. You'll get to see Callie run a game.
Hey, Reese, it was great playing with you. Hope we get to do this again.
Yeah, likewise. This has been a blast.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on, y'all.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming. It was
Definitely
awesome
have you
having
back.
Yeah, anytime.
Now I kind of want to get these characters together again.
I know, we played really well together.
Very fun. Yeah, delightful.
It was A+.
So the long-term vision with the one-sheet adventures is to do one for each level. Maybe not all the way up to 20, but like one for the commonly played lower levels. So you could string them together in adventure. They're actually not connected to each other at all. They are truly standalone. But you could just do them as standalone adventures in order. So maybe we'll try to rally the crew of crew another time to for episode 2.
Love it.
Nice.
All right, and audience members, thank you for coming. We love to have you here. It's great to see so many of you this week. And yeah, the subscribing, the Discord. We haven't pushed the Discord yet.
Ugh,
Let me get that link into chat real quick. There.
I was having such a good time. I forgot.
We've got our own Discord where there's a lot more than there's this and also all the other stuff we do. You can see there too. Including, I might as well take a second to plug it. There's a new RPG that I'm writing that I'm play testing every other Friday. So if you would like to play in a game with me in a new RPG, it is a modern horror system, horror and mystery, and the next playtest is this Friday, 7 to 10 Pacific time. So if you want to come in, it's open to the public. Let me know. Go on the Discord and post in the... Which one is it?
It's Secret Project
Secret
X.
Project X.
Secret Project X. Yeah, that's the one. If you want to try it out, if you want to get in the game rather than just watching, you can join in on Friday. Secret Project X. Let me know on Discord.
Great.
Cool. Any other thoughts, questions?
Good night, everybody. Roll high and don't suck.
Good night.